This is The Great Expanse by John Pep 426 here on YouTube, and yeah, it's early for me. Not technically, but it's a little early. My voice is still a little scratchy, but it's all good. You've clicked on the thumbnail. You already know what this video is about. But if you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time new videos drop, you'll know about it second. I don't know about it voiced. There we go. One breath, champ. Now you've clicked on the thumbnail as I indicated. And this information, of course, leapt off the screen. San Diego Comic-Con, the Marvel panel in Hall H. H for, how'd he do that? No, I'm not gonna, no. But the website is marvel.com. So this is straight from the horse's mouth, or what's close to a horse in Marvel. Straight from Beta Ray Bill's mouth. All the Marvel Studios news from Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con 2026, which is just last night, all right? See all the MCU reveals from Marvel's blockbuster SDCC panel featuring Avengers Doomsday, a new Ghost Rider film, and a third Black Panther movie. Now, I, for one, was always a supporter of T'Challa being recast. I think he should have been recast almost immediately. The first Black Panther movie was 2018. The last time Chadwick Boseman appeared as T'Challa was in 2019. And unfortunately, he passed a year later. Now, Wakanda Forever didn't debut until late 2022. So you had more than enough time to recast Chadwick Boseman's part and still giving the audience time to sort of reflect and mourn over Chadwick Boseman. That's just my opinion, okay? I think a 4-year window was enough time, or 3 years, okay? Okay, now the author is Devin Coggin. Now, I've definitely never come across that name before. There's a photo here of different participants. I don't think I'm gonna post it, all right, just to be honest. Let's get right into the article, and it's from Marvel itself. Marvel Studios returned to Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con 2026, unveiling a thrilling lineup of new films and exclusive reveals. Marvel Studios producer and president Kevin Feige kicked off the presentation, treating the audience to an exclusive look at the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, in case you weren't aware. From the star-studded Avengers Doomsday to exciting newly announced projects, including a Ghost Rider film with Ryan Gosling and a third Black Panther film from director Ryan Coogler. So Ryan Coogler is returning for Black Panther 3. Today, we're mainly going to talk about movies, Feige told the crowd. We're mainly going to talk about movies because that is what brings us together in the world. Here we break down all the biggest moments from Marvel's explosive Hall H panel, Avengers Endgame Encore. Now, I don't think I've mentioned this on this channel, but Avengers Endgame is going to be released either in sometime in the fourth quarter, excuse me. And it's going to have 7 minutes of additional footage. Now, to me, I think maybe they just reshot some things. They're just going to try and tie it into the appearance of Doctor Doom and Doomsday. That's where I think they're going. I don't know if this is natural footage or organic footage from principal photography shot several years ago. But either way, we're getting 7 minutes of new footage to Avengers Endgame. And you might think, well, Avengers Endgame was long enough. Why does it need 7 additional minutes? Because it's awesome. And I'm going to pay money to watch that movie in the theaters and get the full movie experience, because I loved Avengers Endgame. I think I saw it twice in the theaters, because the runtime don't mean anything to me if it's a good movie. You know what I mean? Welcome back to the Endgame. Before Avengers Doomsday hits theaters in December, fans can revisit the record-breaking Avengers Endgame, which will be returning to theaters beginning September 25th. All right, so I was wrong. On the stage in Hall H, Feige announced that this exclusive re-release will feature brand new footage setting the stage for what's to come in Doomsday. All right, so this is new footage that they shot. 2019 was a very long time ago, Feige told the crowd. The world's a different place, but reminding all of us what it was like to be in that theater, cheering along and enjoying that crazy enthusiasm is why we're re-releasing Avengers Endgame on September 25th. So we got a date, all right? Next up, Ghost Rider. I'm not the biggest Ghost Rider fan, but when I went to the theaters and saw the Nicolas Cage version, the first one, I think there are two, right? But Just looking at the imagery of Ghost Rider and that motorcycle going up the side of that skyscraper, the visual effects brought me to the theater alone. So again, while I'm not really a fan of the IP, intellectual property, the visuals looked amazing. In a surprise announcement, Marvel Studios revealed that a new Ghost Rider film is in the works, starring Ryan Gosling. Now, Ryan Gosling will also be spearheading Star Wars' Starfighter movie, which I think comes out next year. All right, so he got some big movies lined up with Disney. Deadpool and Wolverine filmmaker Sean Levy will direct, with the film hitting theaters in 2028, so 2 years from now. We spent a lot of time last year making Star Wars Starfighter, Levy told the crowd. And as Ryan started talking about his vision for this character, we started riffing. And I finally said, bro, let's ride. I don't know if he really talks like that. So guys, we'll see you in 2028. So this is a big deal, all right? Now, I'm wondering, why are we announcing Ghost Rider? Cast, director, and film, and release date before we get anything for X-Men. Anyway, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, John. Oh my goodness. John Bernthal's in a picture here with long hair and pants without a belt on. Hell. But I love John Bernthal. Everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood hero will soon be swinging into theaters with Spider-Man Brand New Day opening July 31st, that's next week. To celebrate, star John Bernthal stopped by Hall H to tease an exclusive look at the film showcasing the relationship between his Punisher and Tom Holland's Spider-Man as they face off against the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. So, Spidey and Punisher, really just Spidey, because Punisher can't do anything to hurt Hulk. Except give Spider-Man intel, like, watch out with him, he's coming from above. You know, that's all he can do. Avengers Doomsday. I don't know what the Shang-Chi actor's name is, but there's a picture of him walking through the crowd like, ah! And there's another photo of Robert Downey Jr., Pedro Pascal, Anthony Mackie, and the young man that plays Falcon, the new Falcon, kind of just on stage, kind of just geeking it up. Teeth shown everywhere. I don't know why I'm doing that, but okay. Doomsday is coming. The cast and filmmakers behind the upcoming Avengers Doomsday in theaters December 18th took the stage in Hall H, where they treated fans to an exclusive new look at the film and a free giveaway poster. Now that would be cool to take home. Directors Joe and Anthony Russo were joined by many of the film's stars who appeared in the back of the hall on specialized stages, one emblazoned with an X and the other with an Avengers symbol. Among the cast were Rebecca Romijn, who plays Mystique, Kelsey Grammer. I didn't know Beast was going to be in this film. Beast, James Marsden, Cyclops, Lewis Pullman, who is Sentry, Bob Reynolds, in Thunderbolts, Tenoch Huerta, Namor, David Harbour, Red Guardian, Hannah John Kamen, I don't know who that is, Letitia Wright, Shuri, Winston Duke, M'Baku, Simu Liu, that's his name, Simu Liu, Shang-Chi, Danny Ramirez, that's Falcon, Anthony Mackie, Captain America, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, Haley Atwell. Is that Peggy Carter? Haley Atwell? I don't remember. Chris Evans, wow. Steve Rogers, he's not Captain America anymore. And Robert Downey Jr., Doom, all of whom united to take a massive selfie with the crowd. That's the picture that I alluded to earlier. All right. Attendees in the hall also received a Doom mask and cape. Oh, I wish I could have been there. Only for that. Which they donned as Downey took the microphone and the entire hall turned green. So they're team green. No, I'm sorry. It's not easy being green, Downey told the crowd. That's a reference to Kermit the Frog, who was probably too old for most of you guys to know who that is. I need a lot of help. I need this whole family around me to finally assist me in being an arch enemy, which is daunting. The actor also reflected on Marvel Studios' Hall H panel from 2024 when his casting was first announced, which I was not a fan of. No, I'm gonna just be honest. I was not a fan of Robert Downey Jr. being cast as Dr. Doom because I wanted somebody new, I wanted a fresh face, I wanted somebody that would have the full backstory of Victor Von Doom from the comic books, rather than potentially being a Tony Stark Iron Man variant from a different universe. I could be wrong. Robert Downey Jr. could be that Doom. I don't know. When y'all had faith in me 2 years ago, you lifted me up, and I think we made something real special, he continued. The decisions will have to be made. Perhaps you're on the side of the good guys, or perhaps you have to consider the alternative. In a surprise appearance, a gray Deadpool then popped up in the audience, revealed to be actor Ryan Reynolds in costume. He then peppered the cast with questions before implying that he'd like to play a role in the film. Gray Deadpool is Uncanny X-Force Deadpool. Would they go there? Only time will tell. There's a picture of Ryan Reynolds in gear, a picture of that nude poster with Doom looking splendiferous, which isn't a word. Oh, he looks awesome. He looks awesome. Now to the big news. New Black Panther film. And again, two more actors without belts with their pants. What? Anyway, Ryan Coogler is returning to Wakanda. The acclaimed director took the Hall H stage to announce that he will return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe to direct a third Black Panther film. Joined by Letitia Wright and Winston Duke, Coogler announced that David Johnson, the Long Walk, Alien Romulus, will be the new Black Panther in the upcoming film. He will play the son of T'Challa, the late Chadwick Boseman, and the new film will follow his character as he grows up and comes of age. Johnson then stepped out to a standing ovation from the crowd. "I want to say thank you so much," he told the audience. "Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Kevin Feige. Thank you to this amazing family that I have the honor and the privilege and the blessing to join. I actually don't want to say too much because I want to let the screen do the talking. But believe me, the honor is entirely mine." Now, I don't know if he really talks like that, all right? But I'm just saying. And guess what? That's all the news from San Diego Comic-Con, Hall H, the Marvel panel. Now, I am very excited about T'Challa being officially recast, all right? And I don't believe they gave a release date. Let me look over the article. Nope, no release date. But I think they're sort of gonna fast track this movie, all right? Because I think they wanted it to come out sooner rather than later, you know what I mean? But on the Avengers Doomsday trailer, there's a wide shot of the Thunderbolts, the Guardians of the Galaxy there. The Fantastic Four is sort of in front of a large screen. I'm pretty sure Reed Richards is addressing everybody assembled. That's one where Thor was sort of at the back being a party pooper, like, "I've seen warriors more powerful than this assemblage here. Die." Okay, that room. On the screen behind Reed Richards, we see 3 distinct Earths, all on an intersecting path, or a collision course if you want to be a Doomsday type person, even though the movie's called Doomsday. So this harkens back to Secret Wars of the 2010s, okay? Where Secret Wars kicks off with Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, and the Molecule Man being the first ones to realize that all the universes are converging into one. And of course, that would be an annihilation because according to the laws of physics, 2 objects cannot physically occupy the same space at the same time, all right? So what will result is explosion, destruction, or as it's called in the the Secret Wars colloquialism, incursions of different universes colliding. So this is most likely the 3 worlds that we're familiar with. The Fox X-Men universe, which is canon with the Fantastic Four X-Men, because in X2, we clearly see the name Franklin Richards in Colonel Stryker's files, okay? That's when Mystique goes undercover. Franklin Richards' name is clearly there. So that's showing a connection, the connectivity between the Fox universe. We also have the MCU universe, or 616, and we have, I think, the Fantastic Four's 828 universe. I'm speculating that these are the 3 worlds that are coming into collision, or that are on a collision course. So it would only make sense that T'Challa is Toussaint, the son of, they do call him T'Challa, but his name's Toussaint. That this T'Challa, is the son of T'Challa and perhaps Lupita Nyong'o's character, Nakia, from one of these other Earths. I don't believe it's from our Earth. The MCU Earth, okay, because he would be, 7 or 8? Like, nah. So it makes sense. Now, we can tell from the trailer that Doctor Doom is going from multiverse to multiverse. All right. We see him look like he approaches Thor first, okay, in the regular MCU continuity. But we saw him in the mid-credit scene of Fantastic Four First Steps, so Doom is universe hopping. All right. There is a possibility that perhaps, due to some tricky science or movie magic, a portal opened in Wakanda and young T'Challa walked through it. And that's how he's going to be on the set to film Black Panther 3. That's the only thing that I can speculate. That's the only thing I'm spitballing. That's the only conjecture that I can offer. But this Doom poster that I looked at, this thing looked fire. All right. So this is exciting news. To me, the biggest thing is the recasting of T'Challa, because we've been wanting a new Black Panther. Put Shuri back in the lab so she can be at her full strength. Now remember, she was a short-term Black Panther when T'Challa was mortally wounded by Dr. Doom, who was possibly set up by Namor himself. Namor will also be in Avengers Doomsday. So we know that there is now that triune, T'Challa, Namor, and Dr. Doom. This could be the plot or subplot of Black Panther 3, Doom War. And we know that there's a great Deadpool. That's all I'm going to say about Deadpool being involved with Doom War. Now you can look that up on Google, okay? You ain't going to hear it from me, but you can look it up on Google. So very exciting news. I always hate when something disappoints. Like the last couple of years, San Diego Comic-Con's been kind of, because there's no real MCU news, you know what I'm saying? But Avengers Doomsday is the biggest thing since Avengers Endgame. So we're getting juicy tidbits of information. Hopefully next year we'll get something about a concrete casting for X-Men, the reboot. I've heard, remember I have an inside source that told me that they are looking at, you'll hear it here, they are looking at Dustin Hoffman's son to play Cyclops. Whether it's true or not, we'll see in the future. But remember, I heard it somewhere else first, and now you're hearing it secondhand information. Well, technically third-hand information, because I'm hearing it from somebody that heard it from somewhere else. My inside source. So, this is some great news from the MCU, from Marvel. Again, Marvel is once again reaching that peak. It was in a valley for 2 whole phases, I think, 4 and 5, or whatever. But it's making its way out of the valley, is reaching a peak. The audience is excited again. That's one thing you cannot overlook when you're doing comic book media. The excitement, the cool factor. Doom looks cool. That's one thing I criticized Supergirl about. Crim of the Yellow Hills, he didn't look cool. He looked whack. Lobo looked a little off. I mean, again, I'm nitpicking, but I've seen several versions of Lobo. I saw him in the Krypton series. It looked more like Lobo. Now, the brown haze, the filter that they used for Supergirl just made Lobo look off. Even though when you look at him, you know he's Lobo. All right. So anyway, I would strongly encourage James Gunn and Peter Safran to see what looks cool. It's always good to have a story and to stick to it, but add the cool element, cool powers, cool demonstration of powers, exciting trailers. You know what I mean? Things that'll stimulate the imaginations of the viewing audience, all right? The potentially viewing audience. Well, those are my thoughts. I could go on all day about this, but I'm not going to. We're already almost at the 20-minute mark, and I don't want the video to be too long, even though it may already be too long. But leave a comment, leave a dissertation. In other words, be as wordy as you need to be, because guess what? I will read it. Put it in the comment section. Where is that comment section? Thank you, Mr. Brent. Warnham Hogg's Finest, The Office UK. Do your part, I'll do my part. So The Great Expanse by John Bap 426 can and will expand. It's in the name.